All right, so I just had a conversation with somebody, and it's concerning ministry. Some of you brothers out there have no business doing ministry whatsoever. And why do I say that? It's because you need to be working on yourself. Assess and analyze yourself from down deep to the core. There are some things that need to be dealt with in the background, not in the foreground. So some of you have no business putting yourself in the foreground, because when you put yourself in the foreground and the kinds of things that you do out there, they end up affecting people. They end up affecting people that you're leading, people that come to church and they listen to you, because you haven't really thoroughly assessed what kind of person you are, the kinds of gifts that you should have, or the kinds of gifts that you have. You haven't done a proper and thorough analysis and observation of what kind of gift do you really have, that you need to really think about how can it benefit the kingdom. Because if it's not about you and it's about God, we need to be very, very careful about what we put out there and how we put ourselves out there. Because when you stumble and you fall, and it affects a lot of people on a spiritual basis, not just on a spiritual basis, but at every level of church and ministry, then there's something very wrong there. Okay? So this is where Jesus comes in when he says, if your eye becomes a stumbling block, then it's better you pluck it out. If standing in front of people and preaching, if our modern day idea of preaching is a stumbling block to you and what you do, and because of the impact that it has on people, if it's that much bad, then forget about preaching. Some things need to be dealt with in the background. Find a way to work in the background and be effective in ministry, be effective within the kingdom without compromising too much, without compromising the name of the Lord, without compromising the name of God. Must the word of God or the name of God be blasphemed because of our actions and because of what we do? No, of course not. So we gotta be careful of what we do. We gotta be always watchful of what it is that we're putting out there and how we portray ourselves. For some of the things that we do, for some of you guys and your characters is simply not suited to be in the foreground, to be in the forefront, where you mess up, where it affects everybody and everything. Your salvation comes first, okay? Not your fame. So remember that.